Everyone mentioned today is innocent till proven guilty in a court of law, and everything I discuss here is theory until proven fact, even if it is. Is that better? Thank you.
They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Hey guys, how you going? Sorry about that. I didn't realise the desktop audio was on there. But when I go to screen, I better unmute it because you won't hear any of the videos otherwise. Sorry about that, guys. Hey Deb, how you going? Out to lunch, how you going? You locked your cat in with the chickens. Oh, yeah, lucky they get along actually. Well, mine did anyway. Kai, how you going? Janelle, how you going? Karen, how you going? Marlo, how you going? Okay, let's get into the news because we got a lot. I've better make sure that that is updated as well. Okay. Oh, we got some stats. Okay, listen to this. Mamdani won, obviously, the mayoral race in New York. God help them. But 81% of young women voted for Mamdani in New York City. That is shocking. 80% of young women voted for Cheryl in New Jersey. 78% of young women voted for Spanberger in VA. What in God's name are they doing this for? These candidates all love Islam and love illegals. Muslims and illegals are the majority of SAers in America. Rapists. Is this some kind of sick, demented fetish? I think it is. I don't know. What do women like violent, overbearing men? While they try and make Western men as malleable as possible. I don't know why this has happened. It's either that or they just got severe TDS. Do you really think this is TDS? What is wrong with women? Young women in particular. Well, a lot of propaganda, I believe. And I also believe that it's rigged. How did he get in there? Like, seriously. I know there's a lot of Muslims there, and obviously the women are voting for them. Wow. Mila Joy said, if the government feeds you, it can starve you. If the government houses you, it can evict you. If the government pays your utilities, it can turn them off. If the government provides your transportation, it can decide where and when you go. Socialism 101. Well, I think they're heading more straight into communism. I don't believe they're going to have socialism. I believe they're going to skip it right into communism. Hey, Charlie. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Experimental Elemental. Good to see ya. JRS, how you going? D-Lee, how you going? Yeah, well, are they using the machines over there in New York? I believe they're still doing mail-in, and some people have reported voting 6 times. This is crazy. Anyway, I don't know how far the precipice is, but I was there ages ago. Hello, everyone, can you catch up? Pamsy now said, the truth, Mamdani and other Dems don't want you to see. Welcome to socialism, headed for communism. This is evil capitalism, where you have a choice. This is fair socialism, where the shelves are empty. I think they're going to be taught a lesson, and this is what I'm worried about in Australia. I think Australia has a hard lesson to learn, and this would be one of them. God help us. Paul Azapula said, Zoran Mamdani now admits he won't be able to fund his socialist plans. He said he'd tax billionaires, but now he's faced with Governor Hochul saying she won't do that. So how will Mamdani fund socialism without raising taxes? He won't. He's a total fraud. Watch this.
She hasn't endorsed all your funding plans yet.
No, but she has said that this is of immense importance to her. And what I've said time and again is the funding plans I've put forward are the ones I think are most straightforward and direct. And also, if there's another means by which to raise the funding, the most important thing is that we actually fund this thing.
She hasn't endorsed all your funding.
Okay, does anyone remember the snake poem that Trump was reading out? Yeah, young ladies, you need to pay attention. If you are young ladies at all. Smooth-talking men, seriously? You got to watch them. Smooth-talking anyone, actually. Seriously, I've learnt the hard way. Don't fall for it. Dustin Crage said, breaking, Jacob Frey has officially defeated Omar Fateh in the I don't know how to say that, in the race for mayor of Minneapolis. Minnesota, of all places, last night rejected socialism. There's still hope for the future. I had to put that in there because this one's looking really, really bad. Oh, dear. And I believe Florida are willing to take New Yorkers who don't want to be there. But other states are going, don't come here. Oh, no. MJ Truth Ultra said, and so it begins. Donald J. Trump said, and so it begins. So, is this it? Is it the beginning? Okay, I'm scrolling down, but for some reason it's going up. So, and so it begins, began trending on X, okay? Jack the Poodle, escape from New York. Oh no. Oh, no. They're not the only ones. Eric Doherty said Virginia just elected the white woman on the left governor and the first Muslim woman elected to statewide office on the right as lieutenant governor. Her neck looks a bit funny here. Hang on a minute. Hello? Hello? Oh, dear. But this thing, honestly? Are you kidding? Are you serious? I can't tell anymore. Okay. And there's been a plane crash. Info Room said breaking, death toll rises to 7 in the Louisville, Kentucky UPS plane crash. New footage shows the tragic moment the cargo plane went down. UPS has released an official statement addressing the deadly incident and ongoing investigation. We are terribly saddened by the accident tonight in Louisville. Our heartfelt thoughts are with everyone involved. UPS is committed to the safety of our employees, our customers, and the communities we serve. This is particularly true in Louisville, home to our airline and thousands of UPSs. We're engaged with the National Transportation Safety Board's investigation of the accident and are staying in close contact with the Federal Aviation Administration. We will work tirelessly with state and local authorities on response efforts. As a result of the accident, we are halting package sorting operations tonight at Worldport. Family members seeking information should call 800-631-0604. Okay, they're halting package sorting operations. Well, it sounds like something's going on. I don't know. Just saying, I don't know. At least 3 dead, 11 injured in UPS plane crash. Kentucky governor warns toll may rise. Okay, this is footage from a truck driver, I think. Nick Sautor said, "Holy crap, absolute insane up-close angle of UPS flight 2976 crashed in Louisville. The plane supposedly slammed right into a petroleum recycling facility. Absolutely wild. Look, mouse, work with me. I think I've got to change the batteries in my mouse. It's doing the opposite of what I want it to do." Oh, God love you. Thank you for subscribing. Holy cow. No way. And I believe there's footage from the guy in the truck as well, where he is climbing out of the truck. Like, you know, what could you do? I mean, in shock, you know. Libs of TikTok said, "But I thought Mamdani hated billionaires. I guess just not the ones who fund his campaign like Alex Soros." Maybe. Alex Soros, so proud to be a New Yorker. The American dream continues. No, Soros' dream continues. Look at the little weasel of a man. Jeez. MAGA Voice accidentally spelt this the wrong way and it sounds awful. Look at what Raper Icon 50 Cent, it's supposed to be Rapper Icon. He forgot the other P. So that actually says Raper Icon. Okay, I'll read it the correct way it's supposed to be written. Look at what Rapper Icon 50 Cent posted about New York City after Mamdani won. R.I.P. New York City, founded in 1624, died in 2025. I'm sure that's a really unfortunate spelling mistake. Yeah, it's supposed to be double P. Oh, no, don't do that again. Okay, General Mike Flynn said, "Yeah, Comey got indicted, but let's be clear, Comey's been indicted. That's just the first crack in the dam. The corruption inside our government runs much deeper, and Comey is only one piece of a larger coordinated operation. History will remember James Comey not as a leader, but as the FBI director who stood with a cabal that tried to take down the United States of America. What we're dealing with is a cancer that spread through every level of power. And I believe what's going to have to happen is a lot of cases that these people have presided over is going to be reinvestigated. They're going to have to be. I hope that includes Maureen Comey, his daughter, who let Diddy, Ghislaine and Epstein, like, trials just go, you know. Seriously. Because his daughter is Maureen Comey, the Diddy prosecutor, who dropped half the charges. The more serious ones. Anyway. Okay, let's hope the whole lot goes. It's just the tip of the iceberg. It's going to really unfold once this starts, and it's making me think about what Trump said. You know, it has started kind of thing. Chicago One Ray said, new court documents filed against Comey shows Hillary was grateful on how he handled her email case. Docs found in those burned bags by Kash Patel are damning. John Solomon, a bad day for James Comey. He was hit by a boomerang today. Where have I heard all this before? Boomerang. Like, I know I'm Australian, obviously I've heard of a boomerang, but the Q board mentioned boomerang. And the burn bags were found, 6 months ago or something? Something around that time, maybe a bit less, maybe a bit more. This will not end well for James Comey. Come on, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. I've been at the precipice for ages. Please, can we? I know, but the rest of the people have to wake up. I get that. And a lot of people obviously aren't seeing what's going on because, I don't know. Still not seeing it, but anyway. Catherine Herridge said newly filed FBI records. Comey reveals contents 5 burn bags. Classified and potentially incriminating records date back to 2016. Discovered April 2025. There you go, April. FBI Director cache 5 burn bags records from Mar-a-Lago search. January 6th Capitol breach. The Crossfire Hurricane investigation. Trump-Russia collusion. Copy classified appendix to the John Durham Special Counsel probe. Original CIA referral to former FBI Director James Comey, known as Counterintelligence Operational Lead, CIOL. Original CIA referral dated 7th of September 2016 to Comey and believed missing for several years. A CIA referral contains certain intelligence related to the 2016 US presidential election. CIA referral found in storage closet adjacent to the director's office. Comey testified he was unfamiliar with the CIA referral as well as its related intelligence. FBI preliminary investigation opened into potential violations 18 U.S.C. 2071, concealment, removal or mutilation government records evidence. Appears to be a hasty and chaotic effort by certain employees to collect senior management officials' records in advance of the anticipated transition of a new team of FBI executives taking control after the presidential inauguration. Oh, they're trying their hardest. Oh, it all comes apart when they're trying to cover it up, doesn't it? Real Roberts said, well, look what we have here. Here is Obama's? I was going to say Obama's. Here is Obama's Deputy Chief of Staff, I can't talk today, James Comey's own note, confirming DNI Tulsi Gabbard, Putin wasn't the only one sitting on a bomb. Barack Obama was too. Obama knew, James Comey knew, they all knew. Hillary Clinton was a psychopath and mentally unfit for the White House. Instead, he devised the single greatest criminal conspiracy in the United States history, a second ICA report tying Trump to Russia, with a sole intent to overthrow the United States government as we know it and install Hillary. The original Intelligence Community Assessment, ICA, concluded that Hillary Clinton was suffering from intensified psycho-emotional problems, including uncontrolled fits of anger and aggression, and was placed on a daily regime of heavy tranquilizers. Does Kuru do that to you? I wonder if Kuru intensifies psycho-emotional problems and including uncontrolled fits of anger and aggression and needs heavy tranquilizers. I don't know. I'm just asking. I really don't know. In other words, not only was Barack Obama ready to have a psychopath in the White House in 2016, he installed one in 2020. Yeah, Biden. Which brings us to the 3 questions. Blackmail, espionage, or treason? Holy cow, let's have a look. JB, we have, I can't read it, something HRC, something in the system. I don't know if anyone else can read this. It's like trying to read doctor's writing, I'm sorry. Kerry Trump, what? Something for Moscow? I don't know if anyone else can tell what this says, but if you want to, you can take a screenshot and probably zoom in and have a look. I don't know. Okay. Benny Johnson said new James Comey tried to get his indictment thrown out only for prosecutors to drop even more explosive evidence. The handwritten note from Comey himself reveals he knew all about the scheme behind the Russia collusion hoax. HRC planned to tie Trump. Okay. Yeah, Hillary Rodham Clinton is HRC. Comey is cooked. So that's what it said. HRC plan to tie Trump. That's what some of it says anyway. Okay, Tony said once Trump takes the benefits away from the illegals, they have no one taking care of them, they will self-deport. Democrats lose their voter base, Democrats lose some seats, Democrats lose power. That's why the government is shut down. Well, there's a new theory that the Democrats shut the government down until after the mayoral elections so that they could continue what they were doing, installing puppets, which looks like that's what they've done. Okay, American Papa Bear said, we always know that Trump plays chess while the Democrat Party plays checkers. If the government shutdown lasts more than 41 days, which I believe they're going to open it now that they've got their mayoral races over and done with, Trump can make permanent cuts that he wanted to make with Doge. The Democrats can't do anything about it. I say leave it shut down. Well, I believe that the Democrats are going to open it now because they got what they wanted. So that would be nice. But I don't know, nice for the overall scheme of things, but maybe not nice for the people that aren't getting their benefits, who actually need them, people who actually need them. Shadow of Ezra said former Vice President Dick Cheney had been reported dead due to complications from pneumonia and cardiac and vascular disease. Cheney is seen by many as one of the worst human beings to ever walk this earth, responsible for the deaths of countless children worldwide and for allowing a terrorist attack on US soil. Yep. Red Pill Drifter, obviously we know that he kicked the bucket today. Here he is as VP at the time, kicking back with his feet up, watching the Twin Towers collapse like it's a Friday night movie. Some people believe he should burn in hell. But look, sitting up there with his feet up on the desk, watching the towers fall. Insurrection Barbie said the Centre to Advance Security in America, CASA, is demanding the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, review its contracts with Microsoft after the tech giant hired former Biden Justice Department official, Lisa Monaco. Given her role in Arctic frost, this is a bare minimum. Really, she needs to be investigated, and probably when the investigation is done, she's going to end up not needing to work for Microsoft anymore. And that's what these people do. They come in, they wreck your government, and they go and they get really good jobs from these companies. Mario Norfolk said Mississippi mum shoots escaped research monkey in her yard. I didn't know that there you go, they escaped and were wandering around. A Mississippi woman shot and killed one of 3 monkeys that escaped after a truck carrying 21 rhesus macaques, I can't say it, sorry guys, overturned on Interstate 59 last week. Most of the monkeys died in the crash. Jessica Bond Ferguson said a 16-year-old son spotted the monkey running in their yard near Heidelberg early yesterday morning. She grabbed a gun and fired twice after being warned the monkeys carried diseases and were aggressive. Bond Ferguson, I did what any other mother would do to protect her children. I shot at it and it just stood there. I shot again and he backed up and that's when he fell. Tulane University later clarified the monkeys were pathogen-free and not infectious, despite the truck occupants initially warning they were dangerous and harbouring various diseases. The sheriff still said they needed to be neutralised because of their aggressive nature. 2 monkeys remain at large. Yeah, it's from CBS. Okay. Now we're going into trans versus Muslim. Or Muslim versus trans, I don't know which way you want to put that. But the ones that stuck up for them, you're not going to be tolerated, I'm telling you now. Trans woman beaten by Muslims in Morocco, you can't see much, it's pretty blurry. That was from Proof. Okay. Driftwood. Okay, replying to someone. Oh, the post was deleted by the author. Anyway, Driftwood said, let individual women decide. Meet Masha Amini, who was brutally beaten to death for improperly wearing her hijab. Because that's what they do to each other. The uncles, fathers and brothers are allowed to beat the women. Domestic violence is rife. Okay, here's another transgender woman beaten by Islamists in Pakistan over alleged blasphemy. Pakistan isn't just dangerous for women, but for every living being for humanity. Okay, I'm not going to show much, okay, because I don't want to show much of the violence. The person's down here on the ground anyway. Okay, we got another one. And this is from back in March. Leo Curse on YouTube and touring. Horrific transphobia on the streets of London as a stunning Muslim trans woman has her burqa pulled off by a misgendering crowd of local foreigners. I look forward to everyone on the left making the same fuss about this as if white guys did it. Okay? It happened in Whitechapel. Why is my phone going off? I've got no idea. Anyway. Okay, where is it? This. They just got their thing pulled off. Disguising himself as a Muslim woman. Do it to gain access to women-only areas. Interesting that, isn't it? Okay. Samurai said... Transgender screams at Muslim woman to remove hijab and then gets beaten up by other Muslims. Oh, no. Here we go. This was in Germany. Okay, this person's screaming at the woman to remove her hijab. Now, I don't agree with any of this, right? But watch what happens. Hamas atrocities. Queers of Palestine meets Palestine. This trans was beaten by a group of North African immigrants in Brussels, Belgium. I have always supported Palestine. I don't understand. Well, you may not understand, but we do. Okay? They don't accept it. And this one. Okay, someone wrote effing hilarious, Islam versus LGBT in Britain on November the 2nd. Illegal migrants beat trans people in Manchester's Piccadilly Gardens last night. Okay? You just got people fighting by the look of it, okay? That was the outcome. Bloody noses. And Muslim migrants beat trans people in Manchester. Where are the queers for Palestine in this one? Where are they? Where are they? Anywho, I'm not going to show the violence. You don't need to see that. I don't need to see that. I already saw it, actually. I watched the whole thing. It just... is pretty much the same thing over and over. Eric Doherty said, breaking, President Trump nukes third-rate Congressman Thomas Massie and endorses Massie's GOP primary opponent, Captain Ed Gulrain. Unlike lightweight Massie, a totally ineffective loser who's failed us so badly, Captain Ed Gulrain is a winner who will not let you down. Massie, a weak and pathetic rhino from the great Commonwealth of Kentucky, a place I love and won big 6 times, must be thrown out of office ASAP. The incredible people of Kentucky's 4th Congressional District give us a mandate to make America great again. And the person that will help us do it is Navy SEAL, Army Ranger and 5th-generation Kentucky farmer, Captain Ed Gulrain, a true America First patriot. Okay? He will not let you down. Okay? Just so those who know. For those who know. Because Thomas Massie is another wolf in sheep's clothing, I believe. But that's just me. It's just my opinion. Okay, and well, Trump's opinion too. Tyler Oliveira said, you literally doxed me for filming... for filming a poop throwing festival. This guy was on YouTube. He has... one of the social media outlets YouTube, showing Indians having their poop festival. Okay? Report the third world, become the third world. You literally doxed me for filming a poop throwing festival. You cannot pressure YouTube into somehow convincing me to not release my documentary. My video should begin a broader conversation of cultural reform. If you're going this far to attack anyone who filmed it, redirect this energy positively rather than trying to censor reality. Hindu Tvar Night. said India is YouTube's second largest market and is poised to become Google's most important market in the coming years. If GOI cannot leverage this position to direct Google, Neil Mohan and Sundar Pichai, from preventing the release of a content made with the only intention to dehumanise and incite more racism against Indians, then Ashwini Vishar, should step down. I request other followers to bring this to attention of the GOI. Well, didn't it happen? He was just showing what happens there. I'm interested in the comments in this one. Okay. Imagine being so embarrassed by your culture and country, you try and censor anyone who speaks about it. Now Indians are trying to pressure YouTube not to release how bad their country really is. Love how they're more upset that you exposed them throwing shit at each other than they are about actually throwing shit at each other. Wow. Seriously? Oh dear. Arthur here said, this is about crypto, guys. Arthur here said XRP is about to decouple from Bitcoin. Here's why this scenario is no longer speculation, but an increasingly likely macro event. You must read this thread, apparently. We must. For years, XRP has moved in lockstep with Bitcoin. But the structure of the market is changing, and Ripple, which is XRP, is now operating on a completely different layer. Bitcoin speculation, XRP is going to be used for infrastructure. Infrastructures don't follow hype cycles. Ripple Prime just went live in the US. Institutional spot brokerage, FX, derivatives and swap access, full integration with XRP and RLUSD. This means Ripple is now offering Wall Street direct access to XRP liquidity legally and compliantly. At the same time, RLUSD just hit 1 billion market cap in its first year. It's now the most transparent and regulated stablecoin in the institutional space. RLUSD equals stability and XRP equals liquidity. Together they form Ripple's financial stack. Let's connect the dots. When institutions settle through Ripple Prime using XRP and RLUSD, they don't care about Bitcoin. They care about efficiency, regulation and liquidity. That's a totally separate demand curve from crypto speculation. Add to that the Clarity Act about to pass in the US, the bill that could finally classify XRP as a commodity instead of a security. Once this happens, XRP legally leaves the crypto basket. It becomes a regulated digital asset like gold. So what happens when XRP becomes legal tradable commodity? Ripple Prime drives institutional demand. RLUSD provides settlement rails. Bitcoin remains a speculative store of value. You get decoupling. When fundamentals take control of price action, that's when the real market begins. XRP's path forward isn't to follow Bitcoin, it's to replace the rails Bitcoin never had. So there you go. Okay, just for anyone who's interested in crypto. And I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a reporter, I'm not anything except someone sitting in their bedroom talking about the news on the internet. Britain is broken. The police allowed the Huntingdon train attack to happen. Anthony Williams entered a barbershop the day before waving a knife. Police were informed and failed to act. He then attacked somebody and Pontoon Dock Station at 12:45 a.m. November 1st. Police informed and failed to arrest him again. He then went on to stab 10 people on a train in Huntingdon shortly after 7:40 p.m. on November the 1st. The warning signs were there and the authorities failed to act. People need to be fired over this because there was a major attack on a railway, on a train in the UK, in England. Okay, in the last few days. Salty Goat said, as if this entire welfare scam wasn't bad enough, turns out some places were giving 65% more benefits to illegals than to actual American citizens. Does this piss anyone else the fuck off? Yeah, this is what happens to immigrants here in Australia too. Illegals too. They get more. They get cars, houses over Australians. They get more money than Australians do. Michelle Dewberry said, I'm currently on a train to King's Cross from the north, travelling the exact route of the train that was attacked, obviously in England. We have a King's Cross in Sydney as well. It's extra busy as many of us changed our tickets from yesterday, us included. I note talk of increased police presence but I'm yet to see any. I'm sitting here watching passengers come through the door as they do, from the loo or the buffet or wherever. There's a split second between the door opening and that person reaching you. You're wedged in with armrests and bags, etc. Literally a sitting duck with barely no way of defending yourself. And this is how England's going to realise that they need arms and legs. No, arms. They need their arms back. And I think a lot of people will probably stop riding the train and start driving cars again. Stats will say attacks are rare, and thankfully they are, but damage is done. For many, including me, things have changed and there is now a behavioural shift. The train is a place of higher alert now as opposed to a method that took the strain. I will choose seats in the middle of a carriage, not by the door as I am right now. I immediately made mental note of where the emergency alarm is, etc., and I'm more mindful of others around me. I'll probably decide to drive instead. We shouldn't have to live like this in a state of high alert. The job of the government is to keep us safe, yet time and time again we're left unsafe, and that old saying, lessons will be learnt, will be uttered, while you guessed it, nothing changes. Inch by inch, life is becoming unrecognisable from the way it used to be. My thoughts are with everyone who's on that train, especially those injured. I hope they make a full recovery. And Secretary Sean Duffy said, good catch, we looked into this and the version you saw was edited after it left our system and went to a third-party app. Someone with access to that app then modified it. See below for what we actually sent out. The comments were not displayed. On any official FAA METAR reports, we'll continue to investigate this to determine who needs to be held accountable for politicising aviation safety. Libs of TikTok said, hi, Secretary Duffy, did you see this? Phil Holloway said, hey, Secretary Duffy, what's with the political messages being pushed out via METARs today? These are aviation weather reports used by pilots to see what the weather is at airports everywhere. Reject fascism. Okay, someone's edited it, apparently, because that's what Secretary Sean Duffy said. So, you've got to watch out for things like that. What's been edited and what's real, what's not. X22 reports said legal immigrants have to wait 5 years before they can use full Medicaid, SNAP, TANF and SSI. Democrats are fighting for illegal immigrants to get government assistance, money coming right out of the people's paychecks. What do you think legal migrants feel about illegal aliens coming in the wrong way and getting everything handed to them? I agree. They don't like it, actually. Legal ones do not like it. Okay, Tommy Robinson, another ginger covert, gym instructor who called himself Anglo-Jihadi, is found guilty of planning a bomb and chemical attack on a major shopping centre. You traitor. Muslim convert Jordan Richardson, 21, was arrested on December 19th last year carrying around a recipe for mustard gas in his rucksack, as well as plans to shoot, stab and throw grenades at a crowd. Leeds London court was told, make asylums great again. Everywhere, including England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. All Western nations need to make asylums great again, put these people in there. Okay. Lozzie B said profiting off lies. Even after Bill Gates says climate change is not a risk to human life and the left-wing think tank in Australia said they made up climate predictions, Labor pushes ahead with net zero. If you want to understand why, look into how many Labor and Greens politicians have personal money invested in net zero and green energy. It's not about climate, it's about them profiting off a lie at your expense. They will destroy our lives and our country due to their personal greed. How the Australian Labor Party's zealotry on climate has hurt Australia. Well, I'll tell you how it's hurt Australia, because every time your electricity bills go up and stuff like that, everything goes up. Okay? Food goes up. Everything goes up. Okay, I don't know if I believe this. This is the BBC, okay? And what they reckon, Mario Nolfel said, is your diet makes you smell sexy or disgusting. Everything you eat affects how you smell to others, and the results are wild. The biggest surprise, garlic makes your breath disgusting, but your armpit sweat is irresistible. Researchers had... I don't trust BBC, man. Men who ate more fruits and vegetables smell fruity, floral and sweet and were rated more attractive. Carb-heavy diets produce the least sexy. Alcohol makes you smell of obviously alcohol. What did they say about men who ate meat? Nothing? Oh, meat hurts, apparently. No, okay. I'll write that one right off. But you should cut down on sugar and carbs. I would agree with that. But other than that, there you go. I don't trust it. Basil the Great said Huntingdon knife attacker was known to police and reported the day before. He was allegedly in a barber shop in Woodstown, Peterborough, the day before and the morning of the attack. On one of those instances, this CCTV image was taken. Staff contacted, but no action was taken. Staff contacted the police. Yeah. The police have a lot to answer for. Clandestine said Candice deleted this tweet. Why? Because it exposes she's not interested in winning elections or defeating the Dems. Why would she be mad about Presler recruiting red votes? I tried to warn you, their mission is to fracture Trump's support and stop him from succeeding. They are no different than Democrats at this point. In fact, they're far more effective at sabotaging Trump's support and warping the minds of his followers, and therefore are far more of a threat. Candace Owens said, how will Tucker Carlson survive this? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with all... I don't trust Candace, but there's a lot of people I don't trust either, okay? So, there you go. That doesn't mean I want them cancelled. No, I don't. They all should be able to expose themselves any way they see fit. Tommy Robinson said a Nottingham Forest supporter is told how the suspected Huntingdon train knifeman asked him, do you want to die, as he stabbed him 6 times. Stephen Crean, 61, recalled leaving his seat to confront Anthony Williams armed with nothing but his fists. This hero should get a knighthood, not failed weasels like Sadiq Khan. This man tried to confront the guy. Okay, Sir Oliver Pollack Kaiser said, let the games begin. The gag is lifted, now we follow the paper trail. A sealed subpoena, a gag order, a federal judge, a former president's communications data. Judge James E. Boasberger authorised a secret order compelling Verizon to produce Trump-connected records in Washington, D.C. before any proven case existed. This is not a conclusion. That is a timeline. And the gag that once hit it is now expired, meaning the next phase begins. Verification, examination, accountability. This must now be asked calmly and publicly. Was this surveillance supported by a legitimate probe cause, or was evidence sought before justification existed? Because in the United States, government power follows a sequence. Evidence to authority to action. Not target to action to hope something turns up. If the order came first and the justification was hoped for later, that's not an investigation. That's an instrumentalisation of state power. Yes, this came from DC. And yes, it aligns with the timeline of Special Counsel Jack Smith. So we state this with precision. If Jack Smith relied on this product, then that evidence path must now be examined, not questioned politically, scrutinised legally, with records, with timestamps, with signatures, with chain of custody. A gag prevented scrutiny then, its expiration enables secured scrutiny now, And if any private entity, including Verizon, knowingly supplied incorrect or manipulated information or cooperated without proper legal basis, there are mechanisms for that. Congressional inquiry, Inspector General review, FCC oversight, civil exposure, criminal referral if intent ever becomes provable. Telecom compliance does not grant immunity from truth. Nobody is insulated because their logo is large. Nobody. This is how accountability actually works in a republic. Secrecy to expiration to examination to consequence. No slogans, no theatrics, just a system turning its gears. And for anyone who believed a sealed subpoena and a 1-year gag would shield them forever, you misunderstood your position. Expiration did not close the door, it opened it. This is not speculation, this is process. We do not accuse, we observe, we document, we request the record, we verify the timeline. We separate what was justified from what was opportunistic. And where the line breaks, the system eventually breaks someone with it. Oh. Work, you silly mouse. There are only two outcomes now. The order will withstand the scrutiny of daylight, or the order will not survive its own paperwork trail if the former history clarifies it. If the latter, accountability follows at every level of involvement, judge, counsel, agency and corporate actor. Nobody gets a pass because time has passed. The gag is gone, the order exists, the trail remains and trails lead somewhere. Calmly, methodically and unavoidably. Okay, Catherine Herridge said in this week's newsletter for C. Herridge subscribers, Arctic frost dragnet, tip of the iceberg. Why the controversy goes beyond politics. Our newsletter complements our investigations on X, and you can follow Catherine Herridge on X. Once they start pulling threads, the whole thing is going to unravel. Now, how did I end up down there? Okay, let's go to Australia. Do we have to? I live here. Kate said more absurdity from Chris Bowen. Electricity companies set to be forced to offer 3 hours of free power to Australian households in the middle of the day as part of a new federal government scheme. Have hit out at Labor over a lack of consultation. As part of broad reforms to the default market offer system, I'm going to cough, hang on a sec. Okay, what this actually means is he's going to offer 3 hours in the middle of the day when demand is low and solar generation is at its peak. But you have to have a smart meter. Okay, it's going to be rolled out initially in New South Wales, South East Queensland, South Australia from July. Do not do this. Do not get a smart meter either, guys. Okay, they can control everything. It's smart for them, dumb for you. That's what that is. Do not get smart meters. Okay, Libs of TikTok said, what the fuck, Brian? Nanny Love Buckingham, a man who pretends to be a woman, is a convicted pedo serving a jail sentence for sexually abusing his own 10-year-old son. Brian's been granted a judicial order forcing the Bureau of Prisons to provide him with laser hair removal and feminising voice therapy for his gender dysphoria. I'm going to cough again. Hang on a sec, guys. Okay, US Magistrate Judge David Crystal in Washington recommended that he should receive treatment, and US District Court Judge Ricardo Martinez adopted the order. I thought that had stopped. Maybe not yet. Not while these stupid judges are still in positions of power, I believe. Sorry, I'm going to have a sip of my tea. And there's a lot of noise going on in the background. Okay, I like this one. The opinionated black woman auntie said, I will not have window licking, crayon eating, short bus riding, evil, sadistic, money hungry, communist bastard tells me what I can and can't eat. I will not have them tell me to drive 80 kilometres an hour on country roads when it's not country people who cause most accidents or have the most accidents. These monsters will take control of every aspect of our lives if we let them. Not happening. Because the Albanese government here in Australia plans to introduce an 80-kilometre net zero speed limit on our highways to save the planet. Hey, how does that save the planet? Also, new net zero dietary guidelines to be announced. Policing what you can eat. You can go get forked, the lot of you. No, I jumped out of my bookmarks. I hate it when I do that. I'm sure you do too. They can go jump. I'm not doing that. Not doing it, mate. Not doing it. There's going to be a black market for meat. A lot of people are going to be done speeding because some of our country roads are like 100, 110 kilometres an hour. It used to be unlimited some roads, but not anymore. Government made sure of that. Slowly, slowly. Anyhow, they can go and get forked. Okay. Vote One Nation. Awakened Outlaw said, please explain this to me like I'm stupid because the math ain't mathin'. If the Dems aren't responsible for the government shutdown, why are we hearing rumours that after the election Thursday, after having used the shutdown as a means to juice voter turnout, they plan to end it? Doesn't that mean they could end it tomorrow if they wanted to? Hell, doesn't that also imply that they could have ended it at any time in the last month? Yes, it does. Okay, MJ Truth, and that's why I said they were holding out till the mayoral elections. MJ Truth Ultra said, I spent a lot of time behind enemy lines listening to them and no wonder their voters are batshit crazy. Here is Nancy Pelosi saying Donald Trump, the wannabe king, is refusing to feed the American people while he's holding great Gatsby parties at Mar-a-Lago. Totally disconnected from reality. Let's have a listen to Nancy Pelosi. Do we have to? We'll have a go.
Millions of people pushed off. And again, Medicare, $500 billion taken off. And why? To give a tax cut to the richest people in America. That's not, for goodness sake.
Lies.
And now we came into a weekend, November 1st, when people would start losing their SNAP benefits. They told me not to say SNAP, but to say food stamps. And what did the president do? Had a great Gatsby party at Mar-a-Lago instead of feeding the American people. My colleagues who are here, and Zoe will be introducing them, our colleagues who are here know that we passed a law that is the law that says even in time of government being shut down, the money is there to feed the people on SNAP. The money is there. And he said, well, I got to talk to my lawyers and all this stuff. No, the money is there. It's the law of the land. For goodness sake,
I can't stand listening to her. She's full of shit. They were holding everyone hostage. Okay, the White House put this out, terminate the filibuster, not just for the shutdown, but for everything else. We will get all of our common sense policies approved, voter ID, anyone, and make America great again, President Donald J. Trump. Remember, the Democrats will do it immediately as soon as they get the chance. Our doing it will not give them the chance. Republicans can be tough and smart. The Dems are crazed lunatics. They will not open up our country no matter how many people are irreparably harmed. Okay. And we have Andy No. A leaked internal whistleblowing memo reveals that the BBC was aware it had Dr. News Report program ahead of the 2024 election in which Trump's speech was edited and spliced together in a way to make it sound like he urged mob violence on January 6. So did our media. Is he going to sue our media as well? Because he should. Don't trust the BBC. Yeah, the BBC in England, right? Yeah, that's them. Okay? God Save Great Britain said breaking Donald Trump to investigate the BBC over doctored speech footage. They effed around. Now they're about to find out. It's going to be interesting. Sarah Rose said Newsom's wife, I will not raise my children to think Donald Trump is an acceptable American leader or to think his terror enables his power and that his greed equals success. Bitch, you effed Harvey Weinstein. Oh, no. Really? So, yeah, you don't think Trump is an acceptable leader? What terror are you talking about? Your own? Because he's going to catch you. The White House said fake news will never change. They're evil and corrupt. But as I look around my beautiful surroundings, I say to myself, oh, look, I'm sitting in the Oval Office. President Donald J. Trump. So many fake polls are being shown by the radical left media, all slanted heavily towards Democrats and far left wingers. Oh, they're not Democrats anymore, they're communists. As if you didn't know that already. In the fair polls and even the reasonable polls, I have the best numbers I've ever had, and why shouldn't I? And that 8 wars created the greatest economy in the history of our country, kept prices, inflation and taxes down, and I'm setting standards for right track, wrong track for a future USA. Fake news will never change. They are evil and corrupt. As I look around my beautiful surroundings, I say to myself, oh, look, I'm sitting in the Oval Office. And when they do polls, you want to ask who they polled, because sometimes these polling places will only poll the left wing. That's why it's skewed. MAGA Voice said, breaking, Donald Trump just ended Zoran Mamdani in a single post and calls for everyone to vote for Andrew Cuomo. It's a bit late now. There's no choice. Do not vote for communist Mamdani. Save New York City. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. But I think they stole that. And did anyone know Pauline Hanson met Trump at Mar-a-Lago? Scaly said, Grok confirms Pauline Hanson and Gina Reinhart were both reportedly present at Donald Trump's Great Gatsby-themed Halloween party at Mar-a-Lago on the 31st of October, where they mingled with President-elect and other guests. Photos and social media posts from attendees, including Fox News host Jeanine Pirro, captured Reinhart seated at Trump's table and in conversation with him, while Hanson was cited via a private Instagram story. Fuck, there's a lot of hope for Australians yet. F the Marxist piece of shit Labor alliance of lies to hell. There you go. I remember Donald Trump saying there was a redhead in Australia years and years and years ago. I believe he meant Pauline. Rob Smith said Donald Trump invited Pauline Hanson to Florida to stay in his private residence. She's currently there and paid for her own ticket too. The best Albanese got was a handshake. Yes, Albanese wasn't treated good, but Pauline has been. And I think I already read that one. Somebody knows something. Happy Ripple's Swell Conference, New York. I'm pretty sure I've done all that. Yep, I have. So there you go. That was the news for today. I'm still not well, but I got through it. So that was the main thing. There you go. Okay. Karen, hi from Kentucky. Hey, going? Where did I get to when I said yes? I said hi to Experimental Elemental, Marlo, Dealey, JRS, yes. Who else have we got in here? Janelle, did I say hello to you? Okay. Just give me a sec while I find any more people. Zal, Rolf, how you going? Good to see you guys. There should be breaking news tomorrow regarding the J6 pipe bomb will expose high-up individuals, source Hannity. Okay, cool. Thank you, Rolf. Meg Aussie, how you going? Good to see ya. Cassandra, how you going? Good to see ya. Yeah, there's no help for willful ignorance. It's a prescription for heavy tranquilizers. Oh, dear. Yeah, no, this is still the stream I had scheduled for yesterday morning. I just rescheduled the time, kept the same stream up. So this morning when I opened my computer, I saw all the comments from yesterday, but when I refreshed the page, they all disappeared. So, and I understand Alex is a bit sick and she was very tired yesterday, so I don't blame her for that either, and I'm not feeling too well myself either, but there you go. How you going, Paul? Good to see you. So I may not read like a lot of the comments, but how you going, Conchega Yowie? But I will try and say hello to everybody. And then I'll jump. Cows poo matter. Oh, dear. Like some of it, seriously. Yeah, YouTube CEO is Indian. Yeah, they protect scammers who have channels on the tube too. Hey, have you seen the people who bust the scammers or scam the scammers? Oh, geez, they're good. Yeah, Cassandra, shitstorm, tossing shit at each other. Exactly. Charlie said, speaking your mind could be a threat to your freedom in some places. We are supposed to be here too. Deb said, that's ridiculous. They don't want us to know what's being brought into our country. Or that's why, like, suburbs that I've seen that are full of Indians, they don't look the best. I'm sorry, but, you know. Some of them are all right. Like, I don't know, it's not all of them. Like, I watched an Indian guy. He spoke Aussie with an Aussie accent. Like, he was full-on sounded Aussie. I had to look twice. I'm like, you know what? That's really good to see. Integrate and you're fine. I don't know, that's just how I feel. And that means like leaving your old shit at home, okay? Literally. And not doing that here. Yeah, shitstorm. Okay. How you going, George? Good to see ya. Terrible. How you going? Average IQ 60. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Some of them are okay. Like some of them are really nice people. How do you go? How you going? Justice for Yu Meng Long. Yes, hopefully. Charlie B said, you're a normal person. Everyone else resorts to the big pharma solution. Yeah, I can't with big pharma. That's why I'm sick, by the way. I tried to drop one of my medications. It's only a vitamin, actually, right? And it upset my whole system. So I can't even, like, stop taking vitamins, okay? So that's where I'm at the moment. It was a week ago, actually. But it's taken this long, and it takes a long time to get back to where I was. Yeah, Zal, Candace Owens, controlled opposition. People are going to find out their own way. Like, I'm not going to tell people who to listen to, who not to listen to. That's up to each individual person, what they do. But they're going to find out. They're going to find out. So, and I don't want anyone, like, taken down. I don't want to censor anyone or anything. I think letting them speak is probably going to be their own downfall. Yeah, I reckon laughter's great. Laughter is the best medicine. So I do try and laugh. The Bible says own a weapon. Oh, dear. Paul says I have two weapons, lefty and righty. Oh, Deb said she wanted to see if YouTube has an offence of the Australian flag like some in our government. Yes. Yes, with equal rights comes equal lefts. Oh, you can't hear the background noise? Good, because they were all talking out right outside my door. And I could hear them, and they were distracting me, but glad you couldn't hear it. Well, it's only my family. Like, I don't mind. They're not saying anything they shouldn't be saying, but, you know. Paul said you don't have a choice with smart meters. They put them in if you want them or not. Yeah, they better not. But then knowing my family, they'll do things and I'm not aware, and oh, God help me. Kachaga Yowie said energy providers are just billing services. What you're sent is in fact credit. So if they've already been paid, they double dip. Your BC trust has already paid them. Your birth certificate trust. Wow. Charlie said the utility company gives us a choice. Take the meter or get no service. Buy an EcoFlow and some solar panels. But you need bloody big eco flows, man. Well, there's Tesla Energy now too that runs off solar panels, but I don't trust solar panels either. Paul said Reject Shop has been bought out by Dollarama. R.I.P. Reject Shop. Oh no, really? They were good. I buy my candles from there. Like candles that heat my cup of tea. It's about the only thing. Okay, have I said hello to everyone? Sorry guys, I'm a bit boring today. I'm not feeling well. Deb said this old fella's not realising he needs to stay on the glycinate that Tim has suggested. He's suffering big now. Yeah, well, mine isn't even the glycinate one. It's the magnesium, but it wasn't the glycinate one. It was the one you buy from the shops. I can't even stop taking that. Wow. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you all for being here, and hit the like button if you can, and I appreciate that. I might do a video tomorrow. If I'm not feeling well, I'll just do a video tomorrow. But I'll be back live, and I should be back on camera very soon. I think I've set it up, okay? Okay, well, much love to you guys, and I'll see you either see you live tomorrow or do a video tomorrow. Anyway, either way, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Bye.